Hi everyone, welcome back to GrandpaMark's Hobbies and a how-to video on how to use NEOECO's two-stage airbrush. I got this a while back. I showed you the unboxing. It's time to show you a how-to video on how to use this thing. So let me show you what I got set up here. First off, two-stage airbrush, down for air, back for paint, back up to shut it off. Always, whenever you're going to use these, push down first, then bring your paint on, then bring it all the way back, and then take your finger off. That way you don't get a big buildup out in front here, and it just doesn't spit on your project. So let's start with the mix. What I usually do is I'll get a couple of pipettes of the paint, pull it up there, and squirt it in my little shot glass. I get the shot glasses on Amazon. I can put a link in the description for those. I think they were like $9 for 200 of them. Doesn't sound like a lot, but believe it or not, I do go through them pretty good. So there's 2 shots of paint. Now with the thinner, I usually go like 1 to 1.5 pipettes, depending on the thickness of the paint, because, you know, the paints are all, whoops, didn't get a whole shot. There we go. I know I need 1 full one, and I want to hit it again because that paint felt a little thick, so I'm going to go that much right now, and I'm not going to put all that in either. Put that down there. When you do this with a pipette, give it a quick stir while you're squeezing the pipette, and then suck it in a few times and shoot it out. And before I worry about my thickness, I can see that's just a smidge thick. I want to put my retarder in here. Now this, another pipette, different one than that, just to keep things separate. We go by drops, and I go 13, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Is there a reason 13? No, that's what I've found works best for me. Now I'm going to stir this up, and with 13 more drops in here, we might be pretty good. Still seems a little bit thick. Put a few more in here. And this is all by eye, guys. I mean, there's no set. Everybody asks me, you know, how do I mix it? What's my mix? My mix depends on the thickness of the paint. There we go. See how that's running real quick? It kind of just runs down there like milk, like skim milk, almost water-like. That's what I'm looking for. So let's see if we're good. And don't get into the mindset that, well, okay, well, that's mixed. Let me shoot. And it's not perfect. I'll struggle with it. And no need to struggle. Dump it back in there and mix it again. If you got too thin, you can always add a little bit. Too thick, you can always add the thinner. But 13 retarders is that's my main thing. I always do that. So I'm going to use the pipette. We're going to put it right in the bowl. Now, normally I would have my filter running and all that. But so we can all hear, I'm not going to. I also usually have paper towels down here that I shoot in, and I wear a glove on this hand that I don't have on today, just because it's easier to film. So let's see what we got for mix. I'm just going to blow this right straight into the filter right now. Air on, spray on. Look at that. Okay. Let's see what that looks like here. Air on, spray on. I'm not pulling all the way back. I'm giving it a light coat right now. We'll let that dry. I'm not putting any spray out. I'm just going to blow dry this real quick. Look at that already starting to gloss up for us. I'm using the air just to hurry this up a little bit. Usually by the time you get done painting something and you go to the next part and then you come back to this, it'd be already dry. Tammy is awesome that way. So let's hit it again. Pull back and go over it. I'm going to go a little bit slower, try to get a little bit more coverage. There we go. And see, now we're starting to get coverage on it. I'm a little thin on the sides. I went a little heavy. That's my fault. And this paint will do that. It's just the way it is. Hit it again with the air now that it's tacked up. And I'm going to come across this way this time. So air on, paint on. And I'm going to give it a good shot. Watch that smooth out. That's that retarder doing that. How about that? You can see my ugly mug in there. How cool is that? Now, I'm happy. Are you happy? I'm glad you're happy. Let's move on to the Roadster body. And I mean, I'm talking about how to use this, but here, look at, I have double-sided foamy to hold this. And then if I sat it down, it was too short. So I did double-sided foam tape to another clothespin just to keep it off the ground. And what I like to do is I like to come around the bottom first, around the opening up top here. I'll come quickly around here, and then I hit the body. So let's do that. Air on, spray on. Come around, get those edges, flip this around, and this is a lot easier to do off camera, trust me. Air on, paint on. Do the top real quick, this way. Air on, paint on. Keep the paint running, come across, and down, and then we're gonna hold. So there we go, look at that, there's your edges with a quick shot. Now let's do a quick run over the whole thing. I'm starting to back, just because that's easier for me. Air on, paint on, quick shot. We're just giving this a tack coat right now. And you see I'm kind of far back. Just going back and forth. Give coverage. There we go. That's my tack coat. And I'm going to do another tack coat here in a second. But I already see gloss on here. Tammy paints a wonderful paint. It's so forgiving that even I can paint with it. I'm just blowing this dry. You could use a hair dryer on this too. I don't have one down here set up, so I'm just using the air from the compressor. And that just shows that push straight down is air, pull back is paint. So I'm just pushing straight down. And that compressor, how about how quiet that is? Oh my gosh, it's a joy to work down here with that. All right, let's hit it again. Air on, paint on. Coming across, get these nice on the bottom. Stop, come down, air on, paint on. Get the top. We'll keep going. Let's roll this out. Get the sides. We're gonna get some paint on here now. Come across the top. Roll over the side. And I'm following that panel line there, if you were wondering why I'm going this way. All right, now I'm gonna start in this side. Let's do right here. Air on, paint on, and I'm gonna come across. Look at how nice that's going down. Really nice. Let's go this way here, so you can see how nice that paint is going on there. All right. With that, I'm gonna blow that out just for a second. Now we're gonna be patient here a little bit, and while we're patient with that, let me talk again about this. like I said, this is just a quick cleaning cup. It makes a whole lot of difference and just neatness. I love it. Let's look here. Look at how quick that tacks up. We're ready to go. So let's hit it one more time on the base. This time we're getting it nice. Same with the front. Good coverage on the front. We're moving quick now. Across the back, all the way around the edge. All right, now let's come across this top. I'm working down, and I'm putting a good amount of paint on, but I don't have this airbrush pulled all the way back. I'm about halfway with it. Now I'm pulling back a little bit. Give us a nice coverage here. Let's roll it and keep on going. And keep on going. No sense in stopping, right? Got good roll, good coverage, good shine to it too. Look at that. And I think I want one more coat just to even this out. Guys, there's no primer on this. This is just straight paint. Most of the time with the Tamiya's paint, I can get away with that. It just lays on there nice, and I'll let this sit for a couple of days to harden. But see, it's nice. It's got a good shine going on it. I'm going to hit this one more time just to even everything out, and I'm going to hit it hard this time. So are you ready? Watch this. I'm done doing the edges. The edges are good. The front I'll hit, but the bottom edge is good, nice and clean. You know what? No, watch. Ready? Now it's good. I had a little bit of light spot there. Now we're going to put some paint down. This is called a flood coat. And I'm moving pretty quick here. I'm going to have to stop. So I brought it away. Don't ever stop on your paint. Air on, paint on. I just needed to move my hand. Look at that paint fly. There we go.